Thank you for coming by, Tori Magoo 44. I know it's been a little bit, but it's been a busy summer. And we're almost at the end of it. Today's the 21st of September, which very, very soon is the end of September. And soon coming up is Halloween. So I'm excited. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And this is a message to Barbara Walters. I'm going to put the link to what she said on The View. But I think it's very important that all of us write to her. And I'll tell you why. First of all, she said, oh, Scientology schools are great. And Sherry, thankfully, said, well, we had someone else on here and she had to build her own house, which was Jenna Miscavige. And, it was pretty much a slave camp. And Barbara Walters said, well, I don't want to argue about Scientology. And I'm really not going to talk about Scientology, but their education is very good. And I'm going to tell you specifically why their educational system is not good. This is from my experience, my observation. Okay, the number one key thing is that children in Scientology schools are not really allowed to discuss topics. They all work on check sheets, just like in Scientology, the church, which isn't really a church, but that's what they call it, where everything's on a check sheet, meaning it's like step by step, you go at your own speed. Okay, so you're not talking to anyone about any of the topics. So you never get that, ability to just communicate about, discussions and talking about things. Okay, so there's that. Number two, they have ethics, which they call ethics. And Barbara probably saw the good side of it and was like, oh, how great. They're keeping kids in line and they're all doing great. But the truth of the matter is they actually literally declare some kids suppressive, which means not one of those kids in their school will talk to them. And if they do talk to them, they're declared suppressive. So it's a very suppressive environment in itself. The third thing is they let the Sea Org members come on to their different campuses and basically recruit young kids underage to join the Sea organization. Now, maybe they've changed this, but they used to do it, and I'm pretty sure they probably still do it, where they get kids. This is a billion-year contract that they are roped into, and they scare kids. They tell them, if you don't join the Sea Org, your parents will be dead in 2 years. True story. Okay, so those are awful to begin with. They have very poor science, very poor math, very crummy athletics. So yes, they have a good hype system. Yes, they do check on kids to see if they know something. And if they don't, they have to redo it again. And, okay, that's good. But the amount of bad things that they have, I mean, the study tech that they promote as being so fabulous. Number one, most schools already use it anyway, which is look up a word if you don't understand what it is. In Scientology, it's absolutely nuts. You have to look up every single word and every single definition and every single word in the definition that you might not understand and every derivation, which is where the word comes from. So kids spend a long time on just bogus stuff. It is not a good education. And Barbara Walter, I challenge you to come with some of us who know the other side of it and go talk to Scientology. I'll tell you, number one, they won't talk to us. That should tell you right there. I was in 30 years. I supported that organization. I was in their C organization. I was on staff. I was a class 4 auditor. I got all the way up to OT7. OT8 is the top. And they will not talk to me at all. And they'll tell you all kinds of evil things about me that are flat out lies. But will they ever hear my side of it? Not ever. Not in 13 years. So if you want to promote that as something that's good, shame on you. And Sherry, thank you so much for, having the courage to say something about it. And there you go. I just wanted to let you all know the other thing that Scientology does when anybody pitches something that they want, they have tons of people write letters in saying, well, I did Scientology education. It was fabulous for me. And this is why it's so great. And don't listen to them. They're really evil and this and that. So please take a minute, send an email to Barbara Walter. If I can find the email address, I'll put it in here. But if I can't, you find it. and send it to The View, send it to Barbara Walters, let her know. You can do your own Googling about Scientology education to find out more if you don't feel like you know enough. It doesn't have to be just what I've told you here, but, look it up, find out for yourself. I have full confidence that you'll really find out the truth about it. And listen to people that have been in school. There's ex-Scientology kids. Wait, I've got it right here. Wait, hang on. ex-ScientologyKids.com. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was .com or if it was .net, but it's .com. And I'll put that link in there too. But that's kids that were raised in Scientology, that did Scientology, and what they have to say about it. So there you go. That's my little pitch to Barbara Walters. I don't know if she'll ever hear it, but if you're a friend of hers, if you know her, please let her listen to this video, because she is doing something that is very wrong and she doesn't know the dark side of it. And it's very, very dark. And a lot of kids have been really, really harmed by this organization. There you go. And some kids can't even talk to their parents. What do you think about that? At all. And no, they didn't choose to not do that. That's part of Scientology's policy. If you have any criticism at all, cut off. So there you go. I love you guys. Thank you for what you do. Please pass on this link and continue doing what you're doing. And have a great end of the summer and beginning of a wonderful, this is going to be a very fun fall. All right, there you go. Peace out. Love you.